Dear students, this is Professor Dr. V.K. Sawant. In the present lecture, we are going to learn practical problem on issue of shares. We know that share capital is very important to any kind of company. Here, we are concerned with public limited companies. Public limited company invite applications from the open public and collect capital. Capital is one of the important components of production. We discussed various theoretical aspects as related to issue of shares. Presently, we are concerned with practical problem on issue of shares. Therefore, we are applying here problem solving method. That is the one of the methods of teaching known as problem solving method. Problem number 1. Vishal Company Limited issued for public subscription 40,000 equity shares of rupees 20 each. There are two types of shares, equity shares and preference shares. But in this problem, the company has issued only equity shares that numbered 40,000 equity shares. The face value of each share is rupees 20. The amounts were payable as under rupees 20 totally collected for one share, but rupees 20 has been divided into 5 installments or parts. First part is known as application, second is allotment, third one is first call, then second call, and lastly final call. The company invited applications and the collection amount is fixed as under on application rupees 6 per share, on allotment rupees 5 per share, on first call rupees 4 per share, on second call rupees 3 per share, and on final call rupees 2 per share. Applications were received for 45,000 equity shares. Here, the applications are received more than the number of shares issued by the company. We are going to issue 40,000 equity shares, but actually applications were received for 45,000 equity shares. It means that case is termed as oversubscription. The directors refunded the excess application money on 5,000 shares. There are two options for excess application money. One option is reject all applications, and another option is to adjust excess application money to some extent to allotment or call money, and therefore this is the information given in the problem. We have required to pass journal entries in the books of Vishal Company Limited. This is a problem. Now we are solving that problem. So firstly, Look here how to prepare solution. Firstly, we note here name of the company. In the books of Vishal Company Limited, we have asked in the problem to prepare journal entries. Therefore, here written journal entries. For journal entries, we have prepared 5 columns. Column number 1, serial number. Column number 2, particulars. Column number 3, LF. Column number 4, debit rupees. And column number 5, credit rupees. These are 5 columns for making entries. Serial number may be replaced as date, but here date is exactly not provided. Therefore, we have mentioned here serial number. Now we are concerned with the application. In every installment or every stage, minimum 2 entries are required. First entry, Vishal Company Limited has received 45,000 equity shares applications. It means applications received for 45,000 shares, but company is calling rupees 6 per share. Therefore, 45,000 into 6 is equal to 2,70,000. It means application money received entry for that purpose. Bank account debit 2,70,000, whereas to equity share capital account is credited 2,70,000. Every entry requires narration, and narration starts with beginning. So first entry is narration, being application money received on 45,000 equity shares at rupees 6 each. It means that company has received application money rupees 2,70,000. Second entry, that application money can be converted into share capital account. Here equity shares are issued by the company. Therefore, we are mentioning here equity equity word whenever necessary. So conversion of application money into capital account. For that purpose, we are considering only 40,000 equity shares, not 45,000 equity shares, because our issued shares are 40,000 equity shares. So for that purpose, 40,000 equity shares into rupees 6 is equal to rupees 2,40,000. Entry for it. Equity share application account debit. In first entry, we have given credit to equity share application account, but here we are giving debit, whereas credit is given to equity share capital account. Narration, being application money on 40,000 equity shares at rupees 6 each transferred to equity share capital account. Here, 2 entries we have passed as related to application. Now, second part, that is allotment. Vishal Company Limited has called amount with allotment rupees 5 per share. So, entry number 3. Now we are concerned with allotment. Firstly, we are showing allotment money due. When allotment money falls due at that time, allotment account will be debited, whereas capital account will be credited. Therefore, in this particular problem, we are considering for recording purpose 40,000 equity shares. Only we have considered 45,000 equity shares for making entry number first only. Thereafter, we are considering 40,000 equity shares, that is base, because that shares have been issued by the company. So entry number 3, amount falls due on allotment. Therefore, allotment account will be debited by considering number of shares issued into amount called on allotment. Here, number of shares issued 40,000. Amount called rupees 5. 40,000 equity shares into rupees 5 is equal to 2 lakh. So, equity share allotment account debit 2 lakh, whereas capital account is credited to equity share capital account 2 lakh, being allotment money due on 40,000 equity shares at rupees 5 each. Here, the company has received a excess application numbered as 5,000. Before taking allotment money, we are going to pass entry about refund of excess application money. Here, excess application received 5,000, and with application, the company got rupees 6 per share. Here, application money is rupees 6 per share and amount refunded on 5,000 shares. Therefore, 5,000 shares into 6 is equal to 30,000. That amount refunded by the company, it means that excess application money rejected. But we are going to pass entry here. Therefore, entry equity share application account debit 30,000 to bank account 30,000, being excess application money on 5,000 equity shares at rupees 6 each refunded. This, when we are comparing this entry with entry number 1, it is completely opposite of entry number 1. So entry number 4 is completely opposite of entry number 1. Entry number 5, allotment money received. While recording this transaction, we consider number of shares issued 40,000 into amount called upon allotment 5. 40,000 into 5 is equal to 2 lakh. It means the company has received rupees 2 lakh on allotment. So the company has received rupees 2 lakh. Therefore, entry is to be passed as bank account debit to equity share allotment account 2 lakh 2 lakh, being allotment money received on 40,000 equity shares at rupees 5 each. Then, third stage, third installment, third step named as first call. After allotment, the amount the amount invited is termed as call. It may be numbered as first call, second call, or final call. In another way, it may be numbered as first call and final call. Now, for amount due on first call. For that purpose, we are considering number of shares issued 40,000 into amount called on first call rupees 4 per share. Therefore, 40,000 into 4 is equal to 1,60,000. So entry, we are going to pass two entries about first call, of which first entry is first call money due. The amount on which money is due is debited and capital account is credited. Therefore, equity share first call account debit 1,60,000 to equity share capital account 1,60,000. B. First call money due on 40,000 equity shares at rupees 4 each. We are mentioning narration to every entry. The narration must convey the message what type of transaction recorded here. Entry number 7. First call money received. Here all shareholders have paid first call. Therefore, the Vishal Company Limited has received first call money on 40,000 equity shares at rupees 4 each is equal to 1,60,000. Therefore, entry for it. Bank account debit 1,60,000 to equity share first call account 1,60,000 being first call money received on 40,000 equity shares at rupees 4 each. Here we have completed three stages of calling money. First stage is named as application, second stage is named as allotment, third stage is named as first call. You should note that every stage requires minimum 2 entries. Therefore, 3 stages into 2 is equal to 6. One more entry we have recorded here because in this problem, excess application money has been received to the company. So, for that purpose, one entry we have taken here and that entry recorded before taking allotment money. In another words, after making entry of allotment money due, we passed entry about excess application money refunded. Then stage number 4 here termed as second call. We are going to make second call. It means consider number of shares issued by the company 40,000. Amount called upon rupees 3 per share. Therefore, 40,000 equity shares multiply by rupees 3 is equal to 1,20,000. It means amount due on second call 1,20,000. The amount on which due that is debited. Here amount due on second call. So second call account is debited. But we are writing here equity share second call account debit 1,20,000. Whereas we are giving credit to capital account named as to equity share capital account 1,20,000 being second call money due on 40,000 equity shares at rupees 3 each. Here 40,000 issued shares is the base for all entries except entry number 1 and entry number 4. Now we are considering second call money received. It means the Vishal Company Limited has received a second call. It means the company has got money on account of second call. For that purpose, consider 40,000 equity shares into rupees 3 is equal to 1,20,000. Therefore, entry for it, bank account debit 1,20,000 to equity share second call account 1,20,000. B. Second call money received on 40,000 equity shares at rupees 3 each. And last part of our solution, that is final call. Final call means no company is not going to make further calls, that is last call. Amount due on final call or last call or third call. Here named as final call. Amount due on final call. Consider here number of shares issued 40,000. Amount called upon final call rupees 2 per share. Therefore, 40,000 multiplied by rupees 2 is equal to 80,000. It means in this stage, the company showing amount due on final call. The amount on which is due is debited and capital account is credited. Here amount due on final call, therefore equity share final call account debit 80,000 to equity share capital account 80,000. B. Final call money due on 40,000 equity shares at rupees 2 each. And last entry of this solution is final call money received. All shareholders have paid final call. It means no, no failure is found in this problem from the side of shareholders. So all money received on account of final call. Therefore, entry is recorded as bank account debit 80,000 to equity share final call account 80,000. B. Final call money received on 40,000 equity shares at rupees 5 each. And in this way, this solution is complete. From this solution, we learned that mostly we are considering issued shares one stage. Another part, we are considering issued shares as well as face value of these shares. Then we are considering how many installments have been made for collection of face value. Here 5 installments have been made by the Vishal Company Limited. Then we are writing in entry what type of shares. Therefore here equity shares. So we are using word equity. If the preference shares are issued, we may use the word preference share. Here equity shares are issued, therefore we are mentioning equity share. One more thing also you should note that Whenever capital is coming, that capital account is credited in all places. Also, we learned that each stage or installment carries minimum two entries. Every entry has given narration. The narration should convey the message what actually transaction happened. In this way, we considered a practical approach of collection of capital on account of issue shares. But you should note that by considering the nature of problem, we are giving answer or solution that matching to the problem. It means that irrelevant work should be avoided. Only what exactly asked in the problem. By considering the asking nature, we are providing solution. And this type of question may be asked in examination for 20 marks. It means that one solution on issue of shares has given weightage of 20 marks. So, dear students, in this way, I am concluding here my speech of the present lecture. Thank you, one and all.